What a bunch of dumb pitches. Oh my goodness.
Welcome to the Dummies. Yep, year 2 of the Dummies. This is our end of the year clip show where we also give away awards for different categories. Thank you for everyone who nominated. Thank you for listening this year. And be sure to vote for your favorites. There's a Google form in the description of this episode, and we will announce the winners on next week's episode. So here we go. The Dummies. Best Dumb Character. The nominees are The Whiz Kid by my wife, Erin. And I was thinking Whiz Kid, like he's probably super smart.
And I'm thinking whiz like he's peeing.
So I was like, okay, is he super smart? And she said, no. He shoots darts out of his penis. Fake Tom Arnold by Elliot G.B.
Fake letter from Tom Arnold to the Folgers Coffee Company. It's a complaint letter. He had a complaint with their slogan. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Mm-hmm. He has a complaint with it because for him, the best part of waking up is being a multi-generational heartthrob, Tom Arnold.
Vampire Comedian by Amanda Arnold.
Some like far off relative dies and leaves him all this money. And he's like, yes, only took like 200 years, but I have money. I'm going to buy a TV. And he buys a TV and gets Netflix, and he starts watching stand-up. But what you don't know about him is that he was this vaudeville guy. He was this character. He ran shows, and he was like, people are fake. I can do this. So he starts researching how he can become a stand-up comic, and he starts going to open mics, but he's still a vampire. Vampires got to eat. So what does he eat? Oh. He eats shitty open micers. How many times
Best Dumb Life Choice. The nominees are Landry introducing his mother.
If we ever have kids, they're never allowed to be with your mom alone. And I was like, what happened? Like, what could possibly go wrong? I was up there for like 15 minutes. She goes, well, the balcony door was open and there was a cold breeze coming in. And I was like, oh, it's a little chilly because she wasn't wearing socks. And my mom went over and closed the door and then proceeded to crawl on her hands and knees over to the girl I was dating and then warm her feet with her hands. And you gotta understand, she's known my mom for 15 minutes.
Right. Gabriel Rutledge, Surprise Getaway.
Hey, I got us a hotel room. You don't even have to pack. I packed everything. It was an absolute disaster because it was like, she's like, did you pack my medication? No, I did not. She's like, did you pack like pajamas? And I was like, I was trying to be funny. So I was like, hey, didn't think you'd need them. And then she was like, oh, did you bring tampons? And I was like, let's go home and get the pajamas.
Stephen Rogers, Dating Research.
I remember I being like, maybe I'll try to hold her hand today or something. And it was okay. We'll do that. Then I found out she had we've been dating 3 days. Dating.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
She had hooked up with a guy and lost her virginity to the guy. And I'm like, oh, okay, so we're probably not seeing each other.
Wait, during those 3 days that happened?
During those 3 days.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right.
So I guess asking anyone out without any proper research would be considered a bad idea.
Best Dumb Invention. The nominees are Joe Dombrowski, the Mamu.
I love a sarong on the beach. I think that they're like sarong, but sarai. Like they're just, they're good, right? But they're only for women. They're only for women, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to invent sarongs for men. Predominantly gay men is our target audience, but they're called kind of like a muumuu, but they're called mamus, like man muumuu, a mamu. And they're just like, you know, bigger for our like taller bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And they come in like beautiful prints. And some like one might have like a banana or like hot dogs or dinosaurs on it or whatever.
Right.
And you just like rock that shit on the beach.
Bo Johnson, the boxer thong.
We should design like a boxer thong. I'm amazed it's not immediately registering with
I
you
mean,
what
I
this
don't.
is.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand.
So
what...
my brilliant idea is it would literally just be a pair of boxers with like a screen printed thong onto it. On so when you were sagging your pants,
you could whale tail.
You could whale tail a fake thong, and I was like, "This is the best." I was
like, "You're like, this is
genius."
Andy Woodhull, body Roomba.
Yeah. So I would like to take the Roomba technology and make it a body hair trimmer. You attach it to your body, you'd let it know the different parts, goes... you know, and it crawls around on you and trims things down. That'd be pretty cool, right?
That would be pretty cool. I mean,
you do the whole thing. You could just like stand on a mat and let it go around your body.
Okay, so it would be able to go like
and,
climb up you. You wouldn't have to be laying down.
Yeah, I think it could climb on you because it's too many contours to the body.
So you could just be doing.
Have to be able to climb.
You could just be doing stuff while it's best dumb app or website. The nominees are Chanel Ali, drunk mode.
Some drunk features for your phone, like a drunk mode, and it's gonna limit who you can contact. It's also going to limit your screen time. Like, if it knows that you're in a moving vehicle, you can't, like, stare at it too long. It's going to shut off.
Oh, that's smart.
It's going to remind you to breathe. Like, every 3 minutes. Like, hey, have you taken a deep breath? And maybe it'll show a countdown so you can breathe with it.
That's good.
And just, like, really just going to reinforce, like, you don't have to keep going.
Yeah. Or what other things?
Once you put it on alert, it's like, yeah, it is late. It just immediately affirms what you already think. It is pretty late and you are out. You seem drunk.
You seem drunk. You're right. You are drunk. Gianmarco Ceresi, rate my therapist.
I do think it would be probably useful if like 10 of my friends were allowed to either rate my therapist or write her like a complaint box. So that way my therapist is like, oh, okay, so Gianmarco says his friends never want to make plans. And then like all my friends are writing my therapist and say, Gianmarco's always making plans extremely last minute.
Okay.
And my therapist goes, oh, okay, so he's a little full of shit.
Suba Agarwal, sloppy seconds.
I want to have an app that's kind of like Grindr, so it's like location based. And so you can tell like 15 feet from you if somebody's going to finish their hot dog or not. So or like, you know, their plate of French fries or whatever. Hot dog is very sexual, but you get
right. That's true. You never know. Well, you did say Grindr. I mean, that's.
I know. I was like, ooh, that was a Freudian. But no, I love eating other people's food, especially because like I'll order healthy, but it's not what I want.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah,
like, I got my salad here, but I've been looking at everything else. Okay. Jenny Zagrino, Google Arrange.
I'm very pro arranged marriage at this point as a 35-year-old who's single.
Okay.
However, I think that we need to be basically like arranged by big tech. So Google and Facebook have more data on you than anyone else. They know more about you than you'll ever know.
Okay.
And so they should be the ones arranging who our perfect partners are, right?
Hey, that actually, I mean, yeah, you're right. They do know more than, unfortunately.
They know more than anything.
Know more than your parents or anybody else that's been arranging.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows you better than Google?
Best dumb show idea or decision. The nominees are Carmen Morales, Divorce Court.
we were broke and like looking for ways to make money, and I was on Craigslist, and they were looking for couples to be on this like divorce court type of show. I don't know if it was actual divorce court or it was like a show like that.
Okay.
And it was like it paid $500 each. So I was like, oh, bitch, that's our rent. So then we were like, so I asked her, I go, Laura, will you be my lesbian girlfriend on this court show so we could make rent money? And then she was like, sure. And then we read it, and we had an interview for it, and they liked us. They liked our story, like, because we had to like fill out a sheet. And then I was like, so what's our story?
I was gonna say, what was the story that you came?
We talked about how we met, and like, I mean, now I don't remember all the details because it was a lie, and it was like several years ago. But
Damon Sumner, The Canned Kitchen.
I want to host and make a cooking show competition where you got to make a meal with no fresh ingredients. It's got to be canned, bag, or boxed. And we're just going straight 1998 in here. Family Matters is on. You know what I'm saying? TGIF. We're going straight back in the day.
TGIF.
I don't want to see any fresh parsley hanging from the top. All of this stuff.
Monica Nevi, your host. The Host Swap Show. So what if you did that, but with reality shows, okay? So like Jeff Probst, host of Survivor, we all know him, hosts The Bachelor for a week. Steve Harvey hosts Survivor, then that would be fun, right? Steve Harvey is the host of Survivor, that would be great. Chris Harrison, not there anymore, but whoever's hosting The Bachelor at the time would host I Have Here Iron Chef, okay? Best Dumb Live Performance. The nominees are Tom Takar, On the Grave.
I don't think it would be the most unique thing done ever, but I wanted to do my album live from my dad's grave. And I have a lot of material making fun of my dead dad, who I never met. And but I know where he died and stuff. So it's like I could do that. And then I wanted to put throughout the album like little ghost noises. And
Derek Sheen, unreleased album.
Rinse, repeat, and shock.
Aren't reacting the way that you want them to.
You want to hear the title of the album?
Yes.
It's even worse.
Oh, I'm excited.
And this is why it'll never be released. Gay for Pussy.
Gay for Pussy?
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Andrew Frank, the After School Special.
So then I booked my high school gym and was like, I'm going to do an hour of stand-up after school. And I went around lunch and sold $2 tickets to people.
Wow.
And, probably like 200 people came. And it was this whole thing, and I just wasn't ready at all. I wasn't ready. I kind of goofed around a little bit. I had a couple good jokes. But I had this whole set list that I had added up. I was like, I thought this was an hour. And then I gave the set list to a friend in the bleachers, and I would just kept forgetting stuff. And then they were like, do this one. And then I would try and do it. But I mean, so much of it failed.
Oh,
yeah.
No. The That Could Work Award. The nominees are Rachel Green, The Silent Blind.
It's called The Silent Blind.
Silent Blind?
Yes, because I went to school in Boston and it was noisy where I lived. So it would be like a soundproof blind. Yeah.
Okay. So first,
guess which one the teacher picked.
The teacher picked these. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with The Silent Blind, but I don't know if that's right. Yeah?
Right.
Yes. Okay. John O'Zalay, Ice Cap Trash.
But what do the poles need to do that provides us with those protection from global warming is reflect the sun. So we take that garbage patch that's just floating in the middle of the Pacific, we throw a big net around it, drag it up to the North Pole, and put the styrofoam on top. It's white. It reflects the sun. It's like kind of a double way. Like we're getting the garbage out from the middle of the ocean, putting it like right on our roof where we need it to reflect the sun. And that will, keep us from absorbing the sun's rays and heating the planet at a more rapid rate.
Shane Brennan, Algorithm Rental.
we had like you can rent someone's like IG algorithm to do scumbag well, not do scumbag, but to look at stuff that you normally wouldn't look at, right? Without fear of messing your own algorithm.
Dumb Pitch of the Year. The nominees are Catherine Blanford, Never Have a Plan.
Perfect. Well, I would just say mine is that I've never had a plan. Like, really, I've just flown by the seat of my pants, and it's ended up here, which is fantastic. But I truly just did things that in the moment was like, this is going to be fun. This doesn't make sense for my future, but I'd rather do this. Like,
Kieran Deal, Replace the Eggplant.
You know, this is like, I think this is more of a culture shift that I'm looking for. I want people to send the cucumber emoji. And what I understand is, like, I get that the eggplant is kind of like, I love the eggplant to me is too aspirational. Do you know what I mean? It's like up on an angle. Eggplants are also very thick. Like, when have you, unless you're looking at the real little eggplants, which are, I don't think what anyone's going for, an eggplant is enormous. It's like the size of my forearm. What do we do?
Ken Hamlet, Spice Up Your Life.
So the first time we did Spice was me and my brother. We're both great little Christian boys. And so we go to do Spice, and we're going on this like double date, which we're high schoolers. My brother was going on a date with a girl that liked him, and the girl that was there was not at all interested in me. And so we went bowling. And I'm like high out of my mind.
Okay. And there are your nominees for this year's The Dummies, the Dumb Pitch Awards. Thank you so much for listening to this episode and any other episodes that you've listened to. Thank you for your nominations and supporting the guests that we have on the show. Thank you for supporting me. My idea this coming year is to just enjoy what I'm doing and what I'm making, and I really enjoy doing this podcast, so I'm going to keep doing it. Of course, if you rate and review, subscribe, put a nice review on there or whatever, 5 stars, that's very helpful. But if you don't want to, I'm not going to care anymore. I like the podcast, and I've gotten back into writing some more. So if you want to subscribe to my Substack as well, that's where I'm doing most of my writing. Otherwise, I'm announcing my tour dates through March in a couple days, so look out for those. There's lots of cities, some in the Northwest, and then some. I'm rescheduled to St. Louis. I'm in Indianapolis. I am in Austin, Texas. Yep. And some other cool places that you would enjoy. Chicago, probably. I've really thought about what I was going to say here. And if you want to get some CBD products from Black Creek CBD, you can use code Monica15. And there's a link in the description of this episode as well. Yeah, make sure you vote, and you have a week. So next week we will announce the winners of the Dummies, and then our lovely guests who are our nominees can, tell their families that they are dumb. But yeah, overall, I had a wonderful year, a good time. Thank you so much for listening and supporting and coming to the live shows and all that stuff. I can't wait to keep doing it. I appreciate you. I hope you had a happy holiday season and a good new year and all that stuff, and keep the dumb times rolling. Right now, you can just keep watching Dumb Pitches.
What a bunch of dumb pitches. Oh my God.